Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're gonna do this beautiful multicolored granny circle coaster. Here it is. It looks like this, and for this particular project I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and here I've used about 5 different colors. And for this one I've used my 3.5 mm of the hook. Here it is. So let's begin. So here it is. I've used all my solid colors here, and we will start with the first color. So here it is. We're going to have our gray color. So just have your yarn and we will start with the magic circle. So here it is. Have this yarn and have this magic circle here. And now we will chain up 2 here. So it's 1 and 2 like this. And now this chain 2 is our first double crochet but a halfway done. So here it is like this. And now we will have a yarn over and we will insert our hook into this magic circle and like this, and grab a yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only. Here it is. And you're gonna have your another double crochet halfway done, and it looks like this. And now we will have yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. And here it is, and have chain 1. And now we will repeat over this pattern for another 5 times. So here it is. We're gonna have another 5 cluster of 2 double crochets. So for that, yarn over, insert your hook into this magic circle and grab a yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only. Yeah, yarn over for the another time and insert your hook into this magic circle and grab a yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only. Here it is. And now you're going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through 3 loops and chain 1. So you got your another cluster of 2 double crochets here and chain 1. And we're going to repeat over this pattern for another 4 times. So here it is. Yarn over, insert your hook into this magic circle, grab a yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook into this magic circle, grab a yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops only. And now you're going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops and chain 1. And again, have another 3 cluster of 2 double crochets here. So here it is. It is your 4th cluster of 2 double crochets and chain 1. Your 5th cluster here and chain 1, and your last 6th cluster here and here chain 1. It looks like this. Pull your yarn, pull it tight, and here it is. It looks like this. And now we will go to this chain 2. So it's 1 and 2. Go to this chain 2, your first double crochet halfway done. Here insert your this hook into this chain 2, yarn over and grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here like this. And that's how we're going to finish over this round number 1. And now we will cut our yarn and secure this last stitch. And now we will hide over this ends in. So you can do it later on, it's completely optional, but I'm going to hide this end right now so that it will not come up in the work and we will have no disruptions here. So for that, I'm just going to have this needle here. And I'm here and we'll take out this yarn at the back here like this, and we'll hide this 2 ends in, and I'm going to meet you after that. Here it is. It looks like this here. And now I will go to any chain 1 space. So go to any chain 1 space here, insert your hook and have the second color here. Now this one is my yellow color, so you can choose any of the color you want and simply attach this yarn here like this. And now here we're going to have chain 2. So it's 1 and 2. And now we will have another double crochet halfway down. So for that, yarn over and insert your hook again into the same chain 1 space and grab a yarn. Yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops only. And now you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops and chain 1. And now we will have another cluster of this 2 double crochets into this same chain 1 space. So for that, yarn over and insert your hook into this same chain 1 space, grab a yarn and have your 1 double crochet, halfway done. We are not going to finish our stitch here. Yarn over, insert your hook again into the same space, grab a yarn, yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops. We're going to have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops, and here it is. We're going to have a chain 1 as well, and here it is. We're going to repeat our this pattern on all of our this chain 1 spaces. So we're going to repeat our this pattern for next 5 times. So here it is. Again, we will skip over this next cluster of 2 double crochets and we will go to this chain 1 space here, and we will have another 2 clusters of this 2 double crochets into this chain 1 space. So for that, yarn over and insert your hook into this chain 1 space and have 1 cluster here. So it's 1 and 2. Yarn over and pull a yarn through all 3 loops, chain 1, and have another cluster here. So here it is. It's 1 and 2. Yarn over and pull a yarn through all 3 loops, and we're going to have a chain 1 as well. So here it is. It looks like this. And now keep on repeating this pattern all the way on this round, round number 2. So again, we'll skip over this next cluster of 2 double crochets and we will go to this chain 1 space, and here again we're going to have 2 clusters of this 2 double crochets. So it's 1 and 2, chain 1 and 1 and 2 and chain 1. Repeat this pattern all the way around, and I'm going to meet you here on my this last chain 1 space. Here it is. And now I'm going to have a chain 1 and I will go to this chain 2 space. So this one is my chain 1 and this is my chain 2. I'm going to insert my this hook into my this chain 2, my first double crochet, halfway done. And we'll grab the yarn and we'll have a slip stitch here, and that's how we're going to finish over this round, round number 2. Again, we will cut our yarn at the back and secure this last stitch and hide this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. It looks like this. And now for round number 3, go to any chain 1 space, any of this chain 1 space, and attach your this second color here. So just have your this third color, sorry, not the second color, and I'm going to use this green color here, and I will grab the yarn and we'll have chain 2 here. Now this chain 2 will count as our first double crochet, halfway done. Yarn over, insert your hook into this same chain 1 space, grab a yarn, yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops, and you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops and chain 1. So here it is. We got over this 1 cluster of 2 double crochets plus chain 1. And now we will go to this chain 1 space, and here we're going to have 2 clusters of our 2 double crochets. So for that, yarn over, go to this chain 1 space and grab a yarn, yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops only. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same chain 1 space, grab a yarn, yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull a yarn through all 3 loops and chain 1. So this is your first cluster of 2 double crochets, and have another cluster of 2 double crochets into the same chain 1 space. So it's 1 and 2. Yarn over and pull a yarn through all 3 loops and chain 1. And now we will skip over this next cluster of 2 double crochets and we will go to this next chain 1 space, and here we will have 1 cluster only into this chain 1 space, and this is our 1 cluster of 2 double crochets and chain 1. Here it is. And now we will go to this chain 1 space, and here we're going to have 2 clusters of this 2 double crochets. So here it is. It's 1 and 2. So this is your first cluster, and have the second cluster here into your same chain 1 space and chain 1. Here it is. And now keep on repeating this pattern. So here you're going to have another 1 cluster, then into this next chain 1 space you're going to have your 2 clusters, Again, into this chain one space, you're going to have only one cluster, and again into this next chain one space, you're going to have two clusters of 2 double crochets, and keep on repeating this pattern all the way around, and by the end you're going to have 18 clusters in total. You're going to have 18 clusters, and I'm going to meet you here on this chain one space. Here it is. I'm at the end of my this round number 3. I got my this 18 clusters, and I'm going to have my this last chain one, and I will go to this chain 2 space, and I will insert my hook into my this chain 2, and we'll grab the yarn. We'll make a slip stitch here, and that's how we're going to finish over this round number 3. Cut your yarn, secure this last stitch, hide this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. After my round number 3, it looks like this, and now we will again change the color of our yarn, and we will attach our this new color, new yarn, and now for that we will insert our hook into our this space, into our this chain one space. Now here, have any cluster of this 2 double crochets and go before that and insert your this hook into any of your this chain one space. So here, insert your hook into this any chain one space, but make sure that it is before your this cluster of 2 double crochets, 2 clusters of 2 double crochets here. And I'm going to insert my hook here, and I will have my this next color, and I will attach my yarn here, and I'm going to have chain 2. Now this chain 2 will count as our first double crochet, and I'm going to have another double crochet. I'm not going to finish my stitch here. I'm going to have 2 loops here, yarn over and pull a yarn through 2 loops, chain 1. And now we will skip over this next cluster of 2 double crochets, and we will go to this chain 1 space, and here into this chain 1 space we are going to have only one cluster of this 2 double crochets. So for that, here it is 1 and 2 and chain 1. And now we will skip over this next cluster of 2 double crochets, and we will go to this chain 1 space, and here we're going to have 2 clusters of 2 double crochets. So for that, here it is 1, 2, chain 1, and have 1 and 2 and chain 1, like this. Again, we're going to repeat this pattern all the way on our this round. So here we will go to this next chain 1 space, and we will have only one cluster here. Go to this next chain 1 space and have only one cluster here, and go to this next chain 1 space and have 2 clusters here. So here it is, it's 1 and 2 and chain 1, and another cluster here into the same chain 1 space and chain 1. So remember to have chain 1 after every cluster of 2 double crochets, and now keep on repeating this pattern all the way around, and here by the end you're going to have your 24 clusters of this 2 double crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. So again, one cluster, and then 2 clusters, one cluster, and then 2 clusters. So keep on repeating this pattern, and I'm going to meet you here. And here it is. I'm at the end of my this round number 4, and I'm going to attach my this. So I'm going to have a chain 1, my last chain 1, and I will go to this chain 2 and will attach my this round here. So here it is. Just going to be a little difficult because it's chains. And just grab a yarn and have a slip stitch here, and that's how we're going to finish over this round. And cut your this yarn and hide your this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. It looks like this after my round number 4. And now for our round number 5. Our round number 5 is going to be our last round, and for that go to any of this cluster of this 2 double crochets, any of this cluster, this one or this one, any of this cluster, insert your hook here, and we will attach over this last color. Now this is an ocean blue color, this one, and I'm going to attach my this solid color again, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll have chain 2 here. So this chain 2 is my first double crochet, halfway done. I'm going to have another double crochet, and I'm not going to finish my stitch here, so it's going to be halfway done. Here it is, and yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops and chain 1. Now we will skip over this next cluster, and we will go to this next chain 1 space, and here again we're going to have only one cluster of this 2 double crochets. So here it is, chain 1. Again, skip this next cluster and go to this chain 1 space and have only 1 cluster here. So here it is, have 1 cluster on each chain 1 space on this first 3 chain 1 space. And now into this next chain 1 space, we're going to have 2 clusters of this 2 double crochets. So for that, it is 1, chain 1, and your second one, and chain 1. So here it is. It looks like this. So first 3 chain 1 space have this 1 cluster, and into this 4th chain 1 space have 2 clusters of this 2 double crochets, and we're going to repeat our this pattern all the way around on our this round number 5. So again, we will be here on this next chain 1 space, and we're going to have only 1 cluster here. So for that, it is 1 cluster. Go to this next chain 1 space and have only 1 cluster, and go to this next chain 1 space and only 1 cluster and chain 1. So do not forget to have chain 1 after every cluster of this 2 double crochets. Here it is. And now we are here into this next chain 1 space, and this is our 4th chain 1 space. So here we're going to have 2 clusters of this 2 double crochets together into this one same chain 1 space. And keep on repeating this pattern all the way around, and I'm going to meet you here. And by the end, you're going to have your 30 clusters of this 2 double crochets, and I'm going to meet you here on my this last chain 1 space. And here it is. I'm at the end, and now I'm going to have a chain 1 here, and we'll go to this chain 2 and we'll insert my hook here, and we'll have a slip stitch here. And now cut your yarn and hide your this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. Our coaster is ready, and it looks like this from the back. And here it is. And I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share, and comment on my videos. And please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.